Jensen, I am so happy to have a chance to meet you and talk with you because, well, first of all, I have to say welcome home.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
You're from Richardson.
I am.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to Berkner High School.
And then when did you go to Hollywood?
Right after I left Berkner. So it was, I graduated in 1996, and I headed right out to Hollywood 3 months after I graduated.
In high school, were you doing any theater?
I did. I did theater. It wasn't something that I necessarily focused on completely. I played baseball. I was more of an athlete. I kind of was going down that road a little bit more than the theatrical road. But I kept getting pulled back into doing theater and doing the shows and doing the plays and doing the musicals. So by the time it rolled around that somebody wanted me to come out to Los Angeles, I was like, all right, I'm pretty good at making an idiot of myself. I think I can go out there and do something fun. And I did. And so the only theater that I've ever done was in high school. So that was 11 years ago.
So what is the feeling right now about going into A Few Good Men?
Nervous. We're only 2 days into rehearsals, so I'm still going, looking at the 125-page play going, how am I going to learn all of this? This is, I'm used to doing film television where, it's maybe 2 or 3 pages or, 6, 7 pages of dialogue a day. Now we're going to be performing 125 pages in a night, so it's a bit daunting, but there's a lot of support from the fellow cast and the director and stuff, and keep my fingers crossed.
Were you actually seeking a stage role at this stage in your career?
No, not at all. It had been something that I was always interested in doing, just because I remember that feeling and that collaborative working together with people and on stage, and that immediate gratification you get from having an audience sitting in front of you. I just remember how much that meant to me, and really getting to explore a role and rehearse it and dissect it. And I haven't really been able to have that doing what I do, in television and film. I mean, to an extent, but it's a long haul. It's a lot of schedules. It's a lot of filming. It's a lot of shooting, and you really find a groove that makes it doable. And it's very different from theater. You're working different muscles. So this kind of came to me in a sense. I wasn't necessarily looking for anything. This kind of came to fruition by itself, and I got the phone call. And somebody asked me if I'd be interested in doing this.
How much thought did you give to doing this when you were approached?
At first I was like, I can't think about that right now. I've got to finish the show, and I got to do this, and there's so many things. But it just kept kind of echoing in my head. And after a while, I really was like, that's really something I might be interested in. So I made a phone call, and I talked to the director on the phone, and talked to my representation in Los Angeles. And said, how feasible is this? And it just kind of all worked out. And I'm really happy to be here, and I'm excited to work with the people I'm working with, and I'm very anxious to see if I still have it in me.
I hear on the grapevine that you're doing very well, and that you're just fitting right in. So.
Well, I hope so. I mean, like I said, we're only a few days into rehearsal, but I've for the past several weeks, I've been, I've already gone through one book. I've folded it and bent it up so much I had to throw it out and buy a new one. So, I hope I can, get my teeth in it enough to where I feel comfortable with it. But I think I will. Everybody's saying, oh no, it's, you'll be fine. So as long as I've got that support, I think I'm going to be good.
What is the status now of Supernatural, your TV series?
We just got picked up for a 3rd season. So we got a full order at 22. We'll start shooting that in mid-July, and we'll go about 9 months for season 3, and it's going to be another thrill ride.
Do you have any idea what the new series is going to bring?
I honestly have no clue. I haven't. I've been traveling around. When we got off, we finished shooting in the beginning of April, and I did some traveling for about a month, and then just got back, a few days ago, and came straight to Dallas, Fort Worth, to start this. So. I'm kind of out of the loop. In fact, I just called my the creator of the show about an hour ago and left him a message to say, hey, call me when you get a chance. I want to know what the heck's going on. And so I'm anxious to hear what he's got planned. But I know he's a very, very hard-working writer, and he's promised me he's got the whole third season already mapped out and planned out. And for an actor, that does a lot. It builds a lot of confidence, as opposed to a writer who's like, well, we're going to try this, but we're not sure if that's going to work. It's like, well, so how much do I want to invest of myself into this? But Eric's great, and I'm looking forward to another season.
Had you seen the movie A Few Good Men?
Oh yeah. Who hasn't?
Well, I suppose there are some people who haven't seen it.
I'm sure there are, and if they haven't, they should. It's a wonderful film, and if they get a chance, they should see the play, because it's equally as wonderful. And our director, Elliot Wasserman, he said something to me a few days ago when we were kind of just sitting down and talking about the characters and the roles and the arcs of everything. And he said, it's really, really difficult to write a good play. It's even more difficult to write a great play. He says, I believe this is a great play. And it really is. When I watched the movie, I was very entertained. There's these major movie stars, getting in each other's face, and it's very dramatic. And but I think, in a sense, I kind of missed a little bit of the point of the story and of the movie. And after reading the play and really studying the characters and studying the motivations behind all of their decisions and stuff, it's a very, very intelligent play. And I'm a huge Aaron Sorkin fan, the writer of the play. And I was a big West Wing fan, and I even liked the show that he did for NBC Studio 60 for a while. I was very sad to see that go. But so Aaron is, I think he's a brilliant man. I've never met him, but I'd love to tell him so. And I think that he nailed it with this. I think that he says so many things without, banging you over the head with it in this play. And I hope that translates when we perform it.
As you're rehearsing, do you hear Tom Cruise in your head, or do you try to get away from that?
Oh, yes. I try to keep Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes out of my head. It's tough. In fact, I think I made a mistake when I first signed on and said, you know what, yeah, I'm going to do it. I immediately pulled the movie, because I had it. Pulled the movie out of my off my shelf and popped it in the DVD player and watched it. And I'm like, oh, I got excited, and then I started reading the play, and all I could hear were those actors' voices in my head. I'm like, oh, I gotta get that out of my head. I gotta come up with my own way to say those lines. I can't just mimic what he's doing. So, that'll come, and I think that once we rehearse it and really get into it, we'll find our own relation with the role. And but it's definitely difficult to not hear those actors, especially Jack Nicholson. Such a distinct voice, and the way he played that role, it's pretty amazing. So, but I have all the faith in the world in Lou, and I think he'll knock it out of the park for sure.
And I think you'll be up there,
well, thank you.
right side by side with him.
Thank you,
Jensen. I wish you the best of luck,
Thank
and
you very much.
I really think it's going to be fine. Just be Jensen.
Thank you.
Be Jensen.
I'll do my best.
And your fans will love it.
I hope so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Mama told me when I was young, she'd sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely.
Like a big,
And can do the looping?
And can do the
with
looping.
the thing up above?
He's got a big flat screen
Really?
TV. He's got the mic. It's all soundproofed.
Oh, that's
And he's got a full
great.
console. And you just walk into the back of his truck, and it goes with us wherever we go on location.
Oh, you have to, because how would you ever have time to go to a studio?
Yeah, because the only days we have off are Saturday and Sunday, and that's the last thing we want to be doing is.
Lyle,
I'm good, Bobbie.
you want us to start? Okay.
We'll just go on forever.
Yes.
That's right.
You'll find a woman, and you'll find love. Don't forget, son, there is someone up above. And be as simple man. Oh, be something you love and understand. Oh, baby, be a simple kind of man. Won't you do this for me, son, if you can?